Good morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been drumming since 1998, and I still got plenty to work on. In these practice streams, I'm practicing limb independence, as well as some other things like my technique for rudimental drumming, or like even tenor drums, etc. Now, in all of these hundreds of live streams, you can actually find timestamps in the description to see what I was practicing or what I was talking about. Think of this like office hours. I'm here to get better. And sometimes people ask me questions about how to get better at performing or how to get better at teaching, because I've been drumming for almost 30 years and because I've taught every grade kindergarten through doctoral student, get a wide range of different questions. And I often edit those questions and put them into this drumming tips playlist that has over 17 hours of Q&A from the different streams that we've done in the past. The first thing that I talk about is whatever the title is. So for example, this one is on tips for improving your tenor sweeps or scrapes. But if it says and other drumming tips or and other teaching tips, that means there are more topics in there besides the title. So you can check those out if that interests you. Now, I am a rudimental drummer who also does concert percussion and have spent less than 1% of my time on drum kit. So I need to get motivated to practice some limb independence today with some Shia LaBeouf. So Shia, help motivate me. Oh, great sage, Shia. Do it! Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, wow, Shia, everybody is super motivated now, thanks to you. Yeah. Now, I am practicing limb independence, and I'm specifically working out of this book. It's called 50 Ways of Syncopation by Don Moyle. I highly recommend this book. It's fantastic. Inside of it, there are 50 ways to work on limb independence using 20 of Dom's charts inside of this book, or, the 55 charts that are on my YouTube channel. Now, the way that I'm working on this is largely based off of Gary Chester's idea of limb interdependence that he talks about in New Breed 1 and New Breed 2. Highly recommend all three of those books. Now, I've taken Dom's book and I put them inside of this spreadsheet. This spreadsheet keeps track of how I'm doing while practicing these. So, for example, pattern number 2 is your standard ding-ging-ga-ding. So you ding-ging-ga-ding, hi-hat on 2 and 4. You play eighth notes on the snare. Anything longer than that will be on the bass drum, etc. Okay, so that is pattern number 2 in Dom's book, and you can you can see across all of these, on average in column A, it's mostly technically proficient when I play through it. So column A is keeping track of this. So what I've done in these streams over the last year or two is just go and focus on the ones that I'm not good at yet. Now, the only one that I have left is actually not in Dom's book. This is a little bonus one that I came up with, and it is pattern number 53, which is a Soca pattern that is 3/4 and straight over swung simultaneously. So it's complicated. Now, if we look at this, I've been grinding this out for the last 2 months, and I'm trying to get it better. So this pattern, is a wee bit difficult. So the Soca pattern that I'm playing, okay, so it's just standard 16th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN. So that releases the shup on the hi-hat. But instead of playing 1 EN, 2 EN, 3 EN, 4 EN, I'm going to play them as triplets. So I'm going to go triplet, 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 bucket-zzz, 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 triplet, 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 So that puts 3 of those Soca hi-hat patterns in the space of 4 quarter notes. So there's your 3/4. But this is a straight pattern. I'm going to read through charts, and I'm going to read through them swung. So it's going to be a straight over swung 3/4 pattern. Like this. Okay, so that was swung eighth notes into quarter notes while playing the 3/4 straight pattern on the hi-hat. It is wacky. I would not recommend starting with this one. There's a reason why I've been spending 2 months on it, and still, on average, it needs a lot of work. It's because it's difficult. Now, I'm going to the link that is at the top of the screen, which is jaredoleary.com/drum, but you can find all of these same resources on my home tab of YouTube. The only thing with YouTube is you have to click on each one of the headers to actually show you all the playlists within there. So, for example, if you're a rudimental drummer like myself, under the chop section, there's currently 84 chop exercises. My favorite playlist is the shopping spree one. There's over 30 shopping sprees inside of here, so check that out if you're interested in it. There's over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note, and then 36 wacky ones like Herta grid and whatnot. And there's a variety of rudiments. I'd highly recommend focusing on rudiment on one, but if you want to do some of the wackier stuff, you do you. I'll come back to limb independence in a second. There's over 500 marching bass stuff. Focus on these timing exercises at the bottom, and then once you get those down while marking time, then you can work on the harder stuff like splits timing. It basically simulates being on a bass line, so check that out if you are a marching bass drummer. There's a bunch of drum on cadences in the score format. There's almost 300 sight reading exercises, and then there's almost 500 technique exercises. Just click on a playlist header that looks interesting. So if you're like, I want to work on accent taps, there's a ton of exercises in there. If you want to work on stick control, check that one out. If you want to work on triplet diddle, check that one out. And then finally, down here is the tips and lessons that has over 17 hours of me responding to questions on these live streams in this playlist alone. And then here are some scripted lessons like how to hold traditional grip, or like why I think metronomes are overrated for drumline or for drummers, etc. You'll see why when you actually watch that. But today I'm practicing the limb independence section. So I'm going up to here. Every single one of these playlists links to this video, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. So if you're like, cool, I want to be able to do this too, how do you do that? This video lays out step by step at the very beginning how you can do that, and then the remaining like 3/4 of the video is just like some interesting patterns that are from Don Moyle's book, 50 Ways to Syncopation. Now, I'm playing swung drum parts, so I'm going to go to the swung charts as opposed to the straight ones, and I'm doing it at 115, so I'm going to go into here. But if you want to go as slow as 40, you can. And if you want to go as fast as 240, you can. Just go inside of here, pick any one of these sets of 5 charts, and then go for it. So I'm pretty sure I ended with those. I don't think I played these yesterday. So let's start with 11 through 15. In all these thousands of play-alongs, you can go into the timestamps to jump to whatever BPM you want. Because I want to play this at 115, I'm going to go to right here and say, hey, count off at 115, and then it plays it in my headphones, but it's muted on your end because of a sync delay, so, you know. 2, 1, 2, ready, and. So this is the 3/4 hi-hat pattern. So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Sweet. It's weird, right? This one, super difficult. Do not recommend starting with this. Start with some of the easier ones. I will be playing some of those after I play this and then stretch and massage. 2, 1, 2, here we go. feels pretty good this morning. Yay. That's the goal. Been working on this one for over 2 months now. Turns out it's difficult. 1, 2, ready, and... Hello! Hit my sticks. Whoopsies! Yeah, so the second line of playing, the last line of playing, I read the rhythms wrong. And then, like, midway through there, I hit my sticks. Whoopsies! Otherwise, this is feeling pretty comfortable. A 1, a 2, 1, 2, here we go. Sweet. Last chart. Again, this is 3/4 with the Soca hi-hat pattern while playing a straight hi-hat pattern over swung drums. 2, 1, 2, short on snare, long on the bass. Ooh-wee! I liked it. That was fun. That's a hard one. Again, don't start with that one. You need parental permission to try that one. Turns out it's difficult. Ooh, ooh. Look, look, look. So again, column A here is keeping track of, on average, how I'm doing across all of these. And after, like, over 2 months of work, on average now, it's finally technically proficient. Yeah, high five. That took a long time to work that one up. Turns out 3/4 straight over swung is a little difficult. But we did it. We did it. When I first started doing that, I couldn't even play the ostinato. It's difficult, but we did it. Yes. Okay. So what that means is, today's going to be a longer stream, by the way. What I want to try and do is get through all of these reviewed. So make them green. And then I'm going to do a stream where I do every single one of these. If I counted it correctly, I think there was 63 total inside of here. Even though it says 53, there's like variations, like 40.1. So we're going to do like a really long stream where I go through every single one, all in one sitting. But the next one that I'm going to review is one that was just kind of a, like, meh. It didn't feel great. We'll do that after I stretch and massage. So first, stretch and massage. First one I'm going to do is stretching the sides of my forearms. I'm holding my sticks and my palms facing up. Pulling in, pushing through. It looks weird, I know, but it feels great. Hold this one here for a bit. And then go out the way that you came. If you do traditional grip, you can rotate and hold here for like 20 to 30 seconds and then rotate and hold here for 20 to 30 seconds. I don't do that anymore, so I'm not going to do that. Also, if you do like a rotary motion like Stevens grip or even like rotary French timpani, etc., you can work on those, but I don't do rotary motions, so I'm not going to demonstrate those stretches. Beyond that, next stretch I'm going to do stretches the underside of the forearm. So I'm just pulling back, which is stretching along here. So just pulling back gently. If you do this one on the wall, the lower you go, the deeper the stretch. And you can actually do two hands at the same time. So it goes twice as fast. Just don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to tear stuff. That would be terrible. Sorry. So sorry. Switch to the other arm. And now I'm going to stretch the top side of the forearm. So instead of going like this, I'm going like this. So stretching along here. You can do this one twice as fast by doing it on your legs. Whee! Or if you do this one on the wall, the higher you go, kind of like you're a zombie, the deeper the stretch. Again, don't put all your weight into it, though. Stay relaxed while doing it. My neck is tight. I did not stretch it enough in my workout, apparently. Or maybe I stretched it too much. Next stretch, final stretch. I'm doing thumb to thumb on my fingers, so this makes it go twice as fast. Yay. Do 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 do. And next. You might need to spend more time on certain fingers, certain stretches, certain massages than I am. It depends on how your hands are feeling. Everybody's anatomy is different. What you've done in the last couple of days will have a profound impact on how your hands feel. So you might be tight some days and loose other days. That's normal. ASMR for you. Enjoy that. Free of charge. And pinky. So this was the final stretch. Now I'm going to do a quick massage routine. So I'm doing thumb on top, fingers underneath. Just trying to relax the forearm. You might need to also massage up into your bicep, your tricep. Depending on what kind of techniques you use, how you play. Like if you do a rotary motion, your bicep moves up and down fast. It's not a strength thing, it's a speed thing. But with this moving up and down, you might need a massage up here. Like back when I used to do traditional grip, I had to focus on that more. But I don't do that anymore. So I don't need to worry about it. Okay, so next massage is actually doing the palm with the thumb, and then the back side of the hand is getting massaged by the fingers. So I'm just kind of working my way around the hand. And then I got one more quick massage to do for each one of the fingers. And then we will play pattern 33, the Samba, with the interesting eighth note ostinato variation. Okay. Base the tip of each one of the fingers at least twice. If your fingers are feeling tight, you might want to do it 3 or 4 times, depending on the finger. Otherwise, if it feels okay after the second one, then just move on to the next. Just doing a quick little massage on it. Now, I do this in every single stream because it's important. I want to model all the kinds of practice routines and things that I would teach to my students back when I was teaching privately and back when I taught publicly. Like in person, that is. Now I teach publicly, but over YouTube. But I highly recommend you do this. Now, on my home tab of YouTube, you can actually find a video that like better demonstrates with camera angles, better camera angles. Scroll all the way down past the thousands of play-alongs and whatnot. Inside of the tips and lessons, this playlist has 17 hours of me answering questions live on stream, but this drumming lessons playlist has like scripted lessons that are as short as possible on one specific topic. So the one that says this hand routine saved my drumming, it gives you better camera angles of like all the different stretches that I'm doing from a front perspective as well as a POV perspective, so you can see that like first stretch that I did that looks really funny but feels great, as well as like the different massages that I've demonstrated, and some bonus ones like a stretch if you do March with the Carrier. This one is fantastic. One of my favorite stretches to do with the Carrier, so check that out if you're interested in it. Okay, so the pattern that I'm working on, I'm just reviewing this one. It was just kind of okay the last couple times, but I'm going to do it at 150. So the pattern is a samba with the foot. So a samba is just boom, chick, boom, boom, chick, boom, boom. But you play it faster, usually. Now, normally when playing a samba pattern, you play something like, thank you for the like, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and for the right hand ostinato. But this one changes it. So the pattern for the right hand is actually going 1 N and 3 N and 1 N and 3 N. Okay, so it permutates it, which means it shifts it across the beat. So we have which makes it so that you play with the hi-hat on 2 and 4. And because I've done so many other samba variations, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, like that, instead of... This one is weird for me. And I'm not feeling comfortable with it right now, which is why it's yellow, as opposed to all these other ones that I reviewed and are green, which means they're good to go. So we're going to play this on 150. I'm going to the limb independence section. Scroll down, and I'm going to click on the limb independence header. And I'm going to play through some straight charts at 150. So straight drum charts, 100 to 159. Inside of this playlist, there are 55 drum charts. Open. And we just did 11 through 15. Let's just go in order. Sounds great. In the timestamps, I'm going to say, hey, I want to play this at 150. You can go slower. You can go faster. However you want to practice, that's up to you. 1, 2, ready, and so again, this pattern on the feet, and that's the ostinato. That's the thing that doesn't change. Uh-oh, this one's gonna be wacky. Oh, wow, that was terrible. My brain was like, how? Okay, let's see if chart 17 is any better. Alright, so that was way better. One is because the chart was easier. That first chart, number 16, was pretty difficult for this particular type of pattern. But 2, my brain's a little bit more warmed up to it now. 2, ready, and... you what you're working on. Just leave 2 measures. Well, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. Keep at it. You'll get it. Use the permutations. That can help. Yeah, so that one still, it like regressed. Let's see if we can do better on pattern number 20. Or chart number 20, rather. Oh, 1, 2, here we go. Oof. So that beginning was terrible. And then it got way better. And then it just got kind of meh. And then it got better again. But yeah, so the looping stuff, one of the things that I recommend doing is actually looping under the limb independence section to these different timing exercises. The 8th note ones are great. You could also do 16th. I would not do triplet while doing this one, but if you want that challenge, go for it. So just like pick any one of these and then just like sit there and like loop like a measure over and over. And you can do that with a metronome. But if you play through this, what it's going to do is do it 2 at a time. So it makes it way easier than reading a chart where you're sight reading the rhythms while you're going for it. That's the like the ultimate like final boss. Not true form final boss. That's a different thing. But it's like the final boss where you're reading through a chart and you're actually sight reading through it. But if you do these permutation patterns, then it just like sits with a rhythm twice, and then okay, now we move on to the next one twice. But you can just sit here with a metronome and just like grind out until it starts to feel comfortable, and then you get to the next step. But if you go into any one of these like limb independence playlists in that section for limb independence, this second video, it talks about the steps for that. So the first one is just like grinding out the ostinato, getting comfortable with that. The second step with that is using these permutations, like I was just demonstrating, and just sitting here and getting comfortable with it. And then trying to go through, reading through some charts. And then it goes into some more complicated stuff where you actually bounce back and forth between like different patterns. But that's more advanced things that you don't need to worry about. So the charts are very difficult because you are sight reading these rhythms in different ways while doing it. But when I was playing through this one, it was just kind of like, we'll take the middle ground. So it started off with needs a lot of work. That first chart was terrible. Then it got to technically proficient for the next 2 charts. And then the next chart was just kind of meh. And then it was technically proficient for the last one. So I'm going to say it was just kind of meh on average while going through this. So I'm going to review this one again at the end of the stream because I don't feel like it's comfortable at all. So let's go to the next one. This one. Speaking of not comfortable at all. This one is going to be difficult. So this is a variation on Dom's pattern. So the numbering system, by the way, is coming from this book. It's coming from 50 Ways of Syncopation. So if it says like number one, the one that I just did was number 33, that means it's the 33rd limb independence variation out of 50 from Dom's book. But if it says like 41.1, that means there's a variation on it. You sometimes have a fear of practicing when what I'm practicing seems hard. I wonder if I have any advice for you on that. One of the things that I like to try and do is like front load the difficult thing first. So then I'm most focused on it and like in the best state of mind to work on it. and it gets that anxiety and it just drops it immediately. So it's the eat that frog approach, or like which is like a book. I forget the author's name, but the idea is that like start with the hardest thing first, and it also just relates to not only the anxiety of like the practice anxiety, but also the just like by the end of the day, you're going to have less focus, less attention than you will at the beginning of the day or your practice session, whatever scale you're looking at with it. So one of the reasons why I do these, like the drum streams first in the morning, is because this is the hardest thing for me to do, cognitively speaking, because I'm like, not only am I reading charts, but I'm also monitoring 4 different chats simultaneously while doing the limb independent stuff. So I'm like constantly eyeing back and forth between like 2 different monitors and then checking my levels on the 3rd monitor. So like it requires way more brain power than like doing other things that I do throughout the day. Then I do the gaming thing for fun. But then I'll like front load script work for like the how to hold traditional grip or whatever. Like I'll do that. And then I go into easier things. So like the play alongs, when I write these play alongs out like these, that doesn't require a lot of brain power. It just takes a lot of time. Like to make these thousands of play alongs, it has taken me literally a few years to do that. But it doesn't require a lot of brain power. So like I put these towards the end of the day. So like I'll do streaming, scripting, editing, and then like music writing, because that goes in order of like the hardest thing mentally for me to do. So if you can just like you're saying, Shia LaBeouf yourself, just do it, and then like go into the hardest thing first, you'll see significant gains in the long run. Speaking of significant gains, oh wow, this one took a while to get okay. Okay, this is gonna be difficult. Okay, here we go. Speaking of psyching yourself up. Okay, so the pattern that I'm doing, you can play it on your floor tom, so then it sounds like a double bass. So you're just going 1 E and 2 E and but my floor tom is my tabletop, so I'm gonna ignore that. And I'm gonna play it on the cymbal. So I'm gonna go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Are you sure I'm not a cyborg? I mean, I'm not at liberty to disclose that information. Sorry. I would talk about it, but I can't. They'll come and get me. Okay, so I'm going to the limb independent section. I'm gonna do straight charts for 90 beats a minute. Click. And I just did 16 through 20, I think. So we're gonna go here. At 90. Now I'm reading the charts in the snare drum while playing 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and is it gonna sound good? I don't know. This one is rough. 1 and 2 and ready and to go and woo. So okay, that's gonna be weird. Here we go. 2, 1, 2, wish me luck. Actually, the hardest part about this is me getting that hi-hat on 2 and 4. I kept wanting to switch it to 1 and 3 for some reason. Like at 2 points, my brain was like, switch it. You want to. Do it. Give in. Like that evil Kermit. That was my brain. It was weird. Yeah, that's what I mean, like an example of like why this is difficult. Like I'm monitoring the chats. Said hello again. While playing through this stuff, it's hard. You're good? I'm good too. Glad to hear that. Just trying to play through this wacky limb independence pattern. Oh, 1, 2, here we go. It's so much easier to just like practice, you know, instead of practice while streaming. Woo-wee! Not only am I focusing on stuff that I'm not good at, but like while trying to respond to people, that's hard. Why are you apologizing? It's my choice. I'm glad you said hello. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm just saying it's hard. Technically it's like 5-way independence when doing that. So it's like ultra instinct mode while trying to talk while reading these rhythms. It's a good challenge. I'm like Goku. I want the hardest bosses, which apparently is my right foot right now. That hi-hat on 2 and 4 sometimes like makes my right foot get a little wonky for the timing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. My right foot is getting a little tired of just doing the same thing over and over again. It's impatient, apparently. But you know, suck it up, right foot. This is called practicing. Deal with it. Last chart. 2. 1, 2. Don't swing. My left foot on the hi-hat like got wonky on the second to last line, but otherwise it was fine. Yay! That went better than I thought it would. That's such a weird one. It'd sound really cool if I could like, but I can't. I felt like I was making progress on that one. Cool. We'll mark that one as green. We reviewed it. Yay. Why, hello. Yeah, my comments are turned off on Instagram because I would get people who would sexually harass me. And for Instagram, if you're like, since I'm on a desktop, if I like click on their name to like report them, it actually closes out my stream. So I have to like physically like pull up my phone, search for their name manually, and then block them because, you know, this is not a stream to where I want to get sexually harassed or, you know, ever. So that's why I just like turned off comments on Instagram because I was just tired of that. And then that's also why I stopped streaming on like TikTok because their moderation was also trash. But you know, it is what it is. Kids are being kids. Okay, what are we doing next? So pattern 42, 16th notes between the snare and the bass drum. Left, left, bass, bass. Oh. So it's kind of like an inverse of 41 that I did yesterday. Okay. So this one is going da 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 oh oh ba ba oh oh ba oh oh. While doing hi-hat on 2 and 4. I'm still the GOAT. I did play Goat Simulator 3, so you are correct. That was a goofy game. That was fun, though. Okay, so I'm playing that pattern. Snare, snare, bass, bass, snare, snare, bass, bass. While either on the tom, a tom, or a cymbal, I'm reading through the patterns on the right hand. So this is going to be weird because the ostinato, like normally you'd have like a right hand ostinato where you're playing like something like that, and your left hand plays a melody. But now this time I'm going to read through the charts in the right hand while playing. So that's going to be weird for me. We'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Hello to you. Yeah, on YouTube, it's like so much easier to just like, I can click on somebody's name and then immediately ban them and like nobody knows that I do it. It's so much easier. But because of how much of a pain it is on Instagram and because like it was happening too frequently, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with Instagram. I'm just turning off the comments. But to each their own. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, so I'm in my home tab. I'm going to the limb independent section. And I'm playing at 95, a straight pattern. So I'm going to go into the straight charts from 100 to 159. And I'm going to do 26 to 30. Click. Show me what you got. There we go. Okay, so click. And I'm doing this at... Wait. I said 95, right? Well, this is the wrong playlist. I can number sometimes. I swear I have a doctorate. It's not in numberology. Click on the limb independence. This is the correct number. Good job, Jared. High five. Okay, 26 to 30. And now in the timestamps, it'll have the correct numbers in here. So when I export these, I'm not able to like export them in like from 40 to 240 because like this video alone is almost 6 hours long. Like when I tried doing that, one, it took a whole day to export. Like I ran the computer overnight and all day. And then it like half of the audio was missing. So I was like, well, I can't do that. So that's why they're broken up into different chunks. Used to run on Instagram every day. Yeah, Jay. No, I remember that too. Crusaders from like day one were just like chef's kiss. Like, oh yeah, they were playing those drums. GG's to all the performers and all the staff there. That's phenomenal job. When I saw them in the lot in Arizona over the summer, I was just like, yep, that's it. They're doing it. It reminded me of 04 Vanguard. When I saw them in the lot, when they won the high drums, they were phenomenal that year. They were so relaxed, had such good sound quality. Two, I wish me luck. PASIC is this weekend? Oh, I didn't know that. I've never actually gone to PASIC. A lot of the, like, when I was in the studio for percussion, a lot of the people would go to it, but I never actually went. Well, I guess went to some stuff when it was, like, on campus and, like, helped with that. But never the big one. Are you going? This one feels fine from a limb independence standpoint. The fact I'm able to like talk while playing it, but my right foot is like a little slow. It feels lethargic. We'll see how it goes by the end of this. Oops, I read that wrong. Poked on phonics. Did not work for me. You wish you could go to PASIC? Well, one of the things that I like is that they put a lot of stuff, like, online now. Like, a lot of the conferences that I used to present at, back when I was doing that, would, like, record it, and then you could, like, watch it after the fact. So if you, like, really wanted to go to 2 sessions that were at the same time, you could actually watch them. It was great. I wish more venues did that. Just, like, charge a lurker fee so I can watch all the presentations. Like if I was like presenting, sometimes I was like, but I want to go see yours. Can we cancel my presentation? And I couldn't watch it until after like COVID, and they started like actually recording more, which was great. I was actually looking at like PASIC, the numbers of like how many people attend it. I was actually surprised at how small it was. Like when I went to ISTE, International Society of Teacher Technology and Education, or TMEA, so the Texas Music Educators Association, there's like 10-20,000 people who would be there. But like PASIC, I think it was like 6. I see the comment, but I can't read 2 things simultaneously. I'm not that good. Give me a second. Actually, I'm reading like through a little bit of it in these rests. I can show you a thing that can help with that. Give me a minute. One more chart after this one. Jay, you asked me a question a couple months ago about like rebound, getting students to play through the drums on rolls, right? Did my response help at all? Yeah, so I can definitely help you with that limb independence question. Let me just finish this chart. Like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. If you knew Susie, like I knew Susie, then you would like her too, like her too, like her too. Ooh-wee. Yeah, for sure, the rebound stuff worked a lot. Sweet. That's good to hear. Yay. Okay, so, what's your name? I have no idea how to pronounce that. What is that? Number 9797? So if you go to my home tab in here, so the section that I've been working out of for, like, the different play-alongs, is the limb independent section. Every single one of these playlists links to, on the second video, how to develop limb independence. So what you're struggling with is totally normal. In fact, a lot of these patterns that I've been like practicing on these streams, this was technically proficient, I had fun with it, they started off bad, like all of these, but now every single one of these, all 60 some odd variations, are either technically proficient or musical. And the way that I worked on it is by following the steps that I outline in the videos for any one of these playlists. So like, let's say, we'll just go to this very first one. You open up the playlist, this video, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit. In a matter of, let's see, just 5 minutes, I will show you every step that you need to do, and it only costs $399. Just kidding, it's all free. So the first step that you start off with is very basic, but it might take you a week or so of just doing this very first step until you can move on to the next step when going through this, where you'll actually start using the different permutation patterns that are in the different playlists that are under the limb independence section. So each one of these steps might take you a day, it might take you a week, it might take you longer than that when going through this, especially as you get into the later steps. Like going through step 3, this might be a month's worth of work right here, just working through these different charts, and then moving on to step 4, and then 5, 6, 7, etc. So watch this video. It's drumming tip number 50, how to develop limb independence on the drum kit, and this will show you step by step how you can actually go through to develop limb independence to make it so that your left foot can be in time, ding, 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 while going through this, etc. Okay, so use this video and then use these free play-alongs to practice them when going through it. This limb independence section will be your friend to develop it. And again, it just takes time. So each one of those steps, don't expect that like, oh, now that I know how to do that, I should be able to instantly get it. No, it takes time for you to literally train your brain to develop the neural connections to make it so you can do this comfortably. But if you watch any of the prior streams that I've done, like all the way down in the tips and lessons section, you'll see me struggle bust my way through quite a few of these different limb independence patterns, and then slowly over time, it gets better. Like the one that I started with today, that 3/4 straight over swung, that one has taken me 2 months to the point where, on average, is technically proficient while playing through it, and I just graduated from that this morning. So give yourself time and follow the steps that are inside of the limb independence video inside of here. You're going to try to teach your friend to read music? Ooh, that's fun. So, Turbo, there's a lot of different ways that you can teach people to read music. One of the ways that people will do it is a subtraction method. So with the subtraction method, what you're actually doing is you're taking Let me see. 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'll do these as O's. Do 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 do. O, 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 O. Okay. Can I make this bigger? Like 400? No? Okay, fine. Can I make this bigger? Sort of. Why didn't you resize all of them? Silly.